Right, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope, I just want to make a video comparing these three systems, right? Now, I've been waiting a long time to get my PlayStation 5, and I got it yesterday finally from CEX second hand, €510. I finally have my PS5, So I waited till now until I had all three of them to give my opinions and to compare all three of them, Now, I just got my PS5 yesterday, so I don't know everything it can do. I haven't explored all its features, but I've been playing it since last night. I have a general idea of what Sony are doing with the PS5, right? Now, I've had my Xbox Series X for 4 years now, and I got both of these systems from the same CEX shop, in Dublin, in Northside Shopping Centre. Now, the Xbox Series X was $485, the PlayStation 5 was $510, Now, as you can see, there's a big size difference. The PS5 is a lot heavier. It's black and white and stuff. It's got a disc drive. So like I said, we went along for them to get my PlayStation 5. It was sold out everywhere for years, and I finally got my chance yesterday to get one. So I'm gonna get it, because if I don't get it now, I probably won't get another chance. Now, I didn't want to get the PlayStation 5 Slim, because that's $585. So sort of ridiculous that the smaller version is more expensive, But this is second hand, right? So now the Atari VCS, we've had that since 2020. I was an original backer of the Atari VCS on Indiegogo back in 2018, and we've had my Atari VCS for 3 years. And now I love Atari, as you can see, right? Now, if it wasn't for Atari with the Atari 2600, I wouldn't be into video games. So, Atari always has a soft spot in my heart. And Atari, for me, is still the best in video games. And I hope one day Atari take top spot in gaming once again, But I'm going to compare all these three, right? So, the biggest question is, which one is the best value for money? Money, So, that's the thing, right? Now, these three consoles offer a different experience from each other, right? Now, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are very similar, in the sort of games that you can play, the controllers, the features, they're pretty similar, Whereas the Atari VCS is really completely different, The Atari VCS is more focused on retro games, old school arcade games, stuff like that, Now, I can't do modern games, but it's not its speciality, But I can't do it. So, for what it is, it's awesome, in my opinion. And I have access to thousands of retro games, modern games as well, Now, the Atari VCS can be upgraded to 32GB of RAM and a 2TB SSD drive, which will put on par with say, a Switch or the original Xbox One. So that's pretty awesome in my opinion, for what it is. I love the Atari VCS. I spend more time playing games on my Atari VCS than my Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5, because I just prefer playing retro games. So for me personally, when it comes to best value for money, the Atari VCS is the best, because you don't have to pay for online subscriptions. You don't have to pay for DLC, you have access to thousands of retro games through the Chrome browser, which is built into the Atari VCS. Now, my Atari VCS is only 8GB of RAM, 32GB of storage. Now, with that, we can play thousands and thousands of games through Chrome. PS1 games, Game Boy Advance games, PS1 games. So, and that's why I love it, to play those sort of games, because I am a retro gamer at heart. I just prefer retro games. So that's in my opinion, the best value. But also, with the Atari VCS, Xbox Game Pass will work. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So my Xbox Game Pass games can work on my Atari VCS, and it's pretty good. So that adds more to the value. And Steam Arcade, all these other services, they're awesome. Plus the Atari VCS store, we have tons of new games from Atari and indie devs. So, and we can play NES games, Super Nintendo games, brilliant Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games. So when it comes to value, the Atari VCS is the best choice, right? €200 as it is right now on its own. And the Atari VCS, you can connect multiple different controllers to it, keyboards, headsets. So in my opinion, it's the best value. But out of all three of them, it's the least powerful. And it is a lot slower than these two systems. But for what it is, it's awesome and it's brilliant. I love how it looks, real wood and everything, you know. So in my opinion, because I love Atari, I have to go with the Atari VCS as the best value option, right? Value, right? Now, now the Atari VCS has cons, right? There was a zip code glitch there a while back where people just couldn't buy games. There are some people putting a zip code and it wouldn't work, but that seems to be ironed out. So Atari are updating the console regularly to make sure that problems are fixed, like, you know. And they're not abandoning it, which is a good thing. And there's a new game called Yars Rising coming out soon, and it's going to be Lunar Lander Beyond. So we're going to have loads of new games. And I love the controllers with the VCS. It came with the two of them. This is the collector's edition. You got the World's Classic joystick and the model controller, both of which are awesome. And we can use the Xbox One controller. We can use PS4 controller, PS5 controller. It's just a brilliant system for what it is. But it is on the slow side, and AAA games isn't its speciality. So if you want to play games like Call of Duty or stuff like that, you're better off sticking with these two. You know, now like the VCS can play them, but just struggles at it, you know. You have to turn down the graphical settings to play those games. Like the Steam version of Call of Duty and stuff is only available, but thanks to Game Pass, we can play Battlefield, Forza Horizon 4, brilliant, right? So awesome, the Atari VCS. In my opinion, out of all three of them, the VCS is the best value for money, you know. Now, these two, right now, which is more powerful, right? Now, I've had my Xbox Series X for 4 years now. It was pretty easy to get. I went to the CX, it was $485. I got the controller, it works grand. I plug it in, I run into my Xbox account, and I'm up and running now. It's powerful, it's easy to use, and in my opinion, it's awesome. And has Xbox Game Pass is a great service. With the Microsoft Edge browser, we can emulate PS1 games, NES games, N64 games. Now, I can't emulate as many on the Xbox as I can on the Atari VCS, but it's a good option. Plus, there's also dev mode where you can emulate pretty much any game you want. So, yeah, I mean, that's awesome, you know. Now, the Xbox Series X, as far as cons go, me personally, I can't find any cons with the system. I mean, I've had it for 4 years. It's getting more and more games, no problems. You know, the way we're a basic design tower, I mean, gets the job done, and the controller is pretty awesome. So, yeah, I mean, the Xbox Series X would be number 2 out of the 3. So the Atari VCS, Xbox Series X would be the second place, in my opinion. It's just with the Xbox, you feel like you're getting a value, if you understand what I mean. Even though Microsoft and Sony are pretty much doing the same thing, they're going about it in different ways. Now, what I mean by that is Xbox, they're not making it seem like they're giving you less. You know what I mean? And they're making it seem like they're actually giving you your money's worth for games, you know what I mean, in the way they do it. They're more inviting, like, you know. Whereas with Sony, it's like, it feels very deliberate that they're holding content back and charging you way more than what it should be, if you understand what I mean, like, you know. And now with the PS5, when it comes to headsets and controllers, you can only use PlayStation stuff, so I can't use anything else on it. Now, I can use a PS4 controller, but they really want you to buy their stuff, like, you know. And their stuff, out of all three of them, is the most expensive, like, you know. Now, it looks awesome, the PS5. Now, in terms of power, I believe, now that I have both of them, the PS5 is more powerful than the Xbox Series X. Games look better, they run better. The games, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, you know, just runs and looks better on the PlayStation 5. And the controller with the haptic feedback. Now, I didn't know how awesome it was until I actually had it in my hands. So, hands down, it has the best controller, you know, and the best graphics and all that. But in terms of value, I mean, the PlayStation, you know, comes in third place in my opinion. That's just my opinion, right? Now, the problem is, like, there's 3 tiers now of PlayStation Plus, right? Premium, Extra, and Essential. And they have all the cool stuff locked behind the premium one, which is the most expensive, which is $16.99 a month or something like $71.99 a year. So it's nearly double the price of Xbox Game Pass. Game Pass is only $14.99. So now with Game Pass, there's more games and there's more. There's nothing. It doesn't feel like the whole stuff on purpose. So you pay more, if you understand. With PlayStation, it feels like they're doing that on purpose just to get more money out of it. That's the way it seems, like, you know. But they really wanted to buy their stuff. Now, like, we've got a JVC headset over there that we can use it on my Atari VCS and my Xbox, but I can't use it on this. I don't know why. Bluetooth, you know what I mean? So, now, the PlayStation 5, now, it took me a long time to figure out how to put in discs and stuff like this. I had to actually go into YouTube and figure out how to put this in. And it's a huge console, it's heavy and all, but I think it looks awesome, man, you know. So, now here's another thing, right? People have told me that you can use voice commands on the PlayStation 5. Now, I've seen people actually do it, but for some reason it's not available on my PS5. And I checked the updates and it tells me that it's up to date, but I can't use the voice commands like, hey, PlayStation, go home and stuff like this. So I don't know why I can't access that right now. So, but the thing is, right, backwards compatibility, right? Now, the PlayStation 5, for some reason, it can't play PS1 disc, it can't play PS2 disc or PS3 disc. Now, they have it on their service, PlayStation Plus, but it's only like certain titles of PS3 games, PS1 games, PS2 games. So, we'll just have to hope that the games that we want to play someday show up. You know what I mean? That's the thing, like, you know? Like, Star Trek Conquest for the PS2, we'll just have to hope that shows up one day, you know? I don't think it's going to. Like, PS1 Doom, you know, I'm just hoping that shows up, but it's not there, like, you know? So, when it comes to backwards compatibility, I think they dropped the ball here, Sony, you know? Like the PS2, like, that was native backwards compatibility, so I'm sort of disappointed that you can't do that with the PS5, considering the amount of money it costs, man. 510, and now that's second hand, like, brand new it's nearly 600 still, you know. So I mean, but with the PlayStation, it just feels very sort of fucking you're paying way more for less. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it seems, like, you know. And there's no web browser for some reason. I don't know why that is. I mean, there's no Chrome. There's no. So we can't access the internet. We can't access Facebook or anything like this. Yes, there's apps like Disney Plus and stuff, but there's no browser. So I can't check my emails. So maybe I'm doing something wrong or something. I don't know. Now, I got it yesterday, like I said. Now, we just assumed that it'd come with a web browser by default, just like these two systems, you know, so that I could check my emails or whatever. But it just seems to be like YouTube apps and stuff like that, but there's no web browser. Now, I went to settings and there's a thing saying web browser, but I can't access it. Look, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But it should be easy to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. With the Xbox, it was easy to figure out, you know. Now the graphical user interface on the PS5, it looks a lot prettier and stuff like this, but in my opinion, I'm just used to the Xbox, you know. Like, because I've had it for 4 years, it's just easier to use. And it doesn't feel fucking restrictive, whereas the PlayStation 5 feels fucking like Sony have it by the balls, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? With this system. But, I mean, I do like it, that's why I got it, but, like, out of all three of them, like, in my opinion, the PlayStation 5 is in third place now. Now, that's just my opinion. Now, the games that are on PlayStation Plus Premium, it's a mixture of PS5 games, PS4 games, PS3, PS2, PS1, PSP, but most of those games I'm not really interested, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I want to play like Quake or Doom or old school first person shooters. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of money, you know. So it depends. Like, now, if you like Uncharted and stuff like this, and games like that made by Sony, then yeah, the PlayStation 5 is no brainer, you know. But what I really wanted the PlayStation 5 for was hoping that I could just put in my PS1 discs and play my game. I've got tons of PS3 games. I'm looking at them right now. I'll put them in the console. They won't work, like, you know. So, look, I said, we'll just have to hope that Sony or somebody puts the games that I actually want to play on the store. But we'll see what happens. Now, if things continue as they are, I'm going to unsubscribe, because $16.99, you know, is a lot of money, like, you know. Now, even though the games look and play better, right now I'm getting a bit of buyer's remorse, or regret getting it, you know. But, you know, with the Xbox Series X, I just feel like I'm getting my value out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's lasted 4 years, no problem. It has all the apps I want. You can play all the games I want. Like I said, with Microsoft Edge, you can play PlayStation 1 games, Super Nintendo games, but there's no web browser. Look, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Like, well, I got it yesterday, but really the web browser should be one of the first things you see, like, you know. Like, with the Atari VCS, Chrome was right there in front of you, you know. I just go to Chrome, or type in PS1 games, whatever, you know. So, like they're my opinions, like, you know. So, I don't know, yeah, so that's it, man. I can't think of anything else to say. So, in my opinion, first place, right, for me anyway, because I love Atari, I have to go with the Atari VCS, right, because it was getting called a scam and everything else. It actually came out, it's out 3 years and counting. It has over 158 games on the Atari VCS store, more are coming. We could play pretty much every retro game we could think of on it, you know. We could play Xbox Game Pass games on it, you know. We could use any controller I want, so I don't have to go to eBay to buy second-hand games anymore, so, because I'm a retro gamer at heart. Second place is the Xbox Series X. It's such a great system. You know, and look, I say, Microsoft do the same tactics as Sony, but they're not as evil about it, you know what I mean? They actually feel like they're getting a value, you know what I'm saying, because they're clever about doing it. When Sony decide, look, you're going to have to pay us double if you want to play our awesome stuff, and you can only use our stuff on our system, you know what I mean? And their stuff is more expensive, like, you know? And you have to pay there's 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus, and the cheapest one is $8.99, but there's fuck all in that, you know? And so premium, I don't know, and then PlayStation Plus Extra, you know? Now, you get free games every month and everything, but you don't own any of those games. And Sony make it quite clear to you, you don't own anything on their system. You know, whereas Microsoft, they don't tell you that, you know what I mean? But they're not as in your face about it, you know. So that, see, Microsoft are more clever in that sense, you know. Whereas with the Atari VCS, the games you buy on the Atari VCS store, once they're on your system, they're yours. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no subscription fees or anything like this. So that's it. So I can't think of anything else to say, people. I like all three systems, but my favourite is the Atari VCS. I just love it. I mean, you know, and then my second favourite is the Xbox Series X, and the third place is the PlayStation 5. But the controller's awesome, and games look better on the PS5, they run better. But I'm just hoping that the games that I want to play show up on the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Plus, like Star Trek Conquest, you know, for the PS2, you know, Doom BFG edition for the PlayStation 3, Fear 2. I mean, I'm looking at these games right now. Fight Night Round 4. I've got tons of discs here that I would love to stick in here and play, like, you know. Now, with the Xbox, some discs do work, you know. Not all of them, but backwards compatibility is better on the Xbox, you know. So, I don't know. They're my opinions, right? Would I recommend the PlayStation 5? If you like PlayStation games, like I say, Uncharted and The Last of Us and all that sort of stuff, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? But if you're a hardcore retro gamer like me, you know, no, I wouldn't, because like, you can't play PS1 games. I'm talking all of them. Game Boy games, you can't play all. You just have to take whatever Sony gives you, and most of it's just their stuff anyway. So would I recommend the PlayStation 5 for over €500? I mean, I just feel like I spent a lot of money for something that I'm not getting the value. But that's just my opinion, you know. Now the Xbox Series X, yes, I would recommend it, you know, because you can play retro games and all the awesome AAA games. With the PlayStation 5, the games run better, look better. There's not much difference, like, you know, to justify playing nearly double the price. That's just my opinion. Now, the Atari VCS is the weaker of all three in terms of power and stuff, but it makes up for it with all the games you can play, especially retro games, and all the new Atari games that are coming out. So, like, they're my opinions, you know. I hope that helps people. If people are out there wondering which one they get, like, you know, look, in my opinion, it depends on what sort of games you want to play. If all you want to do is play tons of retro games, the Atari VCS is the system to get. You know, it can't do modern games, but it struggles at it, right? Now, if you want a good balance between the two, retro and modern, yeah, the Xbox Series X, you know. Now, if you want a system that plays the games that look the best, run the best, and have the best controller, then yeah, but is it worth over €500? I don't think so, but I let people make that decision for themselves, like, you know. Now, in terms of how they look and all, like, you know, personally, I love the Atari VCS because I grew up with my Atari 2600, and this is a more modern version of it, you know. So me, the Atari VCS is the best looking system out of the three of them, you know. Second place, I think the PS5 looks awesome. It is really, really big now, man. It took me ages to get it out of the box and all, like, you know. But it looks awesome, in my opinion. It came with a stand and everything else, but I'm not going to connect the stand. So, in terms of how they look, the PS5 would be second. The Xbox is very sort of bland, but gets the job done, like, you know. Now, in terms of performance, well, the Xbox, you know what I mean, I've had it longer than all three of them. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. You know, no, I just got my PS5, so I don't know, but my Atari VCS, like the zip code glitch, and sometimes controllers won't connect to the system, and there's other minor problems, but Atari updating the system all the time, making it better. So in terms of performance, the Xbox is the best, you know, in my opinion. Value for money, in my opinion, the Atari VCS, because you can play Xbox Game Pass games and thousands of retro games, PS1 and 64. And the thing that I still can't, I can't play PlayStation 1 games on this thing, not the games that we want to play, like Metal Gear Solid or Doom or Wipeout, you know. But we just got the system yesterday, so we'll keep playing it. Maybe we'll find something else, you know. But they're just my early impressions of the PlayStation 5. I feel like it wasn't worth my money, but that's just my opinion, right? But I'm gonna keep it. I still like it. And as time goes on, like I said, like my opinion might change over time. So that's how I feel at the moment. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, all the best, and bye bye, you know.